Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Mark here with the Better Mark. Let's get into this 12-game slate on June 24th. Kick off the week, right? Monday, best bets. I'll have 5 free guys in this video. We'll break down each and every game and get you on your way. Thank you for the patience this weekend. I had a family reunion out of town, and we are now back in full force, back in the office, ready to cash some tickets. Okay, so let's get into that first game of the day. Before we do, though, guys, please make sure you all like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you have not subscribed to the channel, it's totally free to do so. Helps us out here on YouTube. Let's try to get over 200 likes in this video. Also, follow us on the Discord. That community has been very strong. Stanley Cup Finals, Game 7 tonight as well. So it'll be very exciting to get down into some of that banter leading up till that game, as well as all the baseball games we have coming at you guys live in this evening slate. Okay, so let's get into it. Like I said, please subscribe down below, and let's get into that first pick. All right. We are going to be looking into the odds jam here. This is my platform that I use to check for the best odds available. Very exciting stuff that they offer for you guys. If you want to check it out, links down below in the description, as well as my promo code. Truly invaluable tool within sports betting. Cleveland in Baltimore. All right, this is Tanner Beebe and Cade Povich. Right, Povich is a young gun lefty. The Tribe hit the left-handed pitchers out there in Major League Baseball pretty well. Okay, they're pretty well handling business from what I would say kind of a mixed bag, because they do have a lot of switchies in their lineup. So, but I do like Cleveland in this spot. It's kind of contrarian. A lot of people like taking Baltimore at home. Baltimore's been on a little bit of a slide. I think they've lost 3 straight. Correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments, but this is where Cleveland stays hot. They've won 5 out of their last 5, and Baltimore has lost, I believe, 3 straight. It was a rough series in Houston, and now that they come back home, coming from New York to Houston, and now they come back home, it's going to be very interesting to see how they respond to a little bit of adversity. Baltimore is one of my picks that I have in the futures market. At a very, very good price to win the World Series, to win that championship. So that's kind of where I'm at within that. But in this contest, we're going to be taking the Guardians, I think, at a plus number, plus 114. It's kind of crazy to think about, too. Look at these records, guys. I will admit when I'm wrong. I'll be the first one to tip my cap. The Cleveland squad, I really want to just acknowledge the fact that they're 49-26 on the season. One of the best, if not the best, profitable teams in Major League Baseball from a betting perspective. And here we are, guys, towards the end of June. We're looking at a very, very good job for Cleveland. So shout out to them. I did pick them to finish 3rd or 4th in the AL Central. So this is kind of interesting to see this all play out. But we're going to take them tonight. And I know you guys love bashing me because it's my team in the comments. So Guardians on the money line. I got to take that value, even though Baltimore could see some reversion to getting back on the winning side of baseball. All right, Phillies, Detroit, no play for me. This is a great pitching matchup. Kind of wonder who's going to get dealt off of this Detroit Tigers team. All right, 36-41 off the season. I would love to see Skewball go to some kind of massive deal to a contender. Baltimore would be a great team, and basically say, hey, take our whole farm system. Right? They have duplicates. They have very, very huge depth at a lot of positions of prominence for in need for the Tigers. I think that would be something where they could make a massive deal and land a starter and further, help their cause to win the pennant and the World Series. So I do like the Phillies here in this spot. Aaron Nola has been simply outstanding as of recent. And Detroit, they just really struggle to score runs at times. And it's Phillies on the road, so that is something to be always a little bit hesitant about. Those home road splits for Philadelphia definitely do vary, but I do like backing the Aaron Nola squad in this spot. Okay. So that would be where I would be at in this game, but no play for me. All right. Next one we are going to have a play in. This will be the Seattle-Tampa Bay game. Quite frankly, big fan of Brian Wu. I know he came off of some injury, and I believe that he got kind of a nice warm welcome back into the bigs. And I think that was against Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. If my memory serves me right, yes, it was against Cleveland. 4 innings pitched. He had 1.67 ERA. Okay, there was 4 hits off 3 runs. Okay, and that was where he only threw about 64 pitches. This was back on June 19th. Okay, but something where in this contest, I do look for. That was his get back game, and I think this is a little bit low on the market. I like taking Seattle in the spot, and something about Seattle is they have been hitting the baseball, quite frankly, very well. They've been scoring a lot of runs. They used to be that team where I would take a lot of Seattle unders. I would fade them on the road, and now not so fast. This is a good spot for me. I think Seattle gets it done on the road. And I look for there to be about 7 to 8 runs in this contest. So that's where I'm at. I am taking Seattle on the money line, and we did lock that in at a even money price plus 100. Okay, I don't like normally taking coin flips, but I think that Brian Wu is going to have a nice performance tonight. So I am going to back him in this spot against the likes of Taj Bradley, who quite frankly was outstanding to start and now has since regressed a little bit. So that's where I'm at. Next one is Bailey Falter and Carson Spears. This will be another official play. Carson Spears, young pitcher, going out there for Cincinnati. I think this is just a copycat play. Bailey Falter has been pitching kind of outstanding. And we look at this series, right, this divisional series back in the middle part of June. I was doing some homework, and we got 1 run, 3 runs, and 5 runs respectively. So Cincinnati had a lot of an easy time hitting the baseball recently, but this is kind of a weird spot. I just think that it's up a little too high, and I know when we see these high totals, they're usually there for a reason. But the last 3 times they played, those totals finished at 8, 8, and 7.5 respectively. And now we're seeing this one at 10. And you can find 10s out there. I was able to get it at Fanatics. That was where that minus 110 was. FanDuel has the lowest available if you guys like the over at 9.5. So I just think it's a little bit too high. All right. I think this is where, yes, Cincinnati can cover this. These two teams can explode. We've seen it time and time again. We saw them, put up. It's just, you look back in some of the game logs for Cincy. I got to go back almost 10 games, if not 10 games, for them to have over 10 runs. Okay, and I don't really trust Pittsburgh's lineup that well, and they've done it twice or 3 times in their last 10 games, 10 plus. So it's a value play for me. Whether or not it happens, fine, but this number is just way too high, so maybe I'll look stupid tomorrow and somebody knows something that I don't, but the under 10 is the play for me in this game. Blue Jays and Red Sox, I'm going to back Tanner Houck at home, kind of fading the Toronto Blue Jays, minus 129. That's a cheap enough price that I'll be all over that. I pretty much bet Tanner Houck every time he pitches. Very big fan of him. 2.14 ERA. He gets it done. However, it is that Red Sox lineup that you kind of struggle to trust time and time again. But this is Boston or nothing for me. Toronto has been giving up runs pretty substantially, losing their last 5 games. Okay, and if we date back to that middle part of June, like I said, we saw them lose 3 straight to Boston. So they're on a 6-game slide, and that's where they've recently come off 2 back-to-back sweeps. So going against Tanner Houck is not really the way to get out of that rut. So let's take Boston in this game, minus 129 on the money line. All right. Also, I would not be opposed to looking at a run line in a lot of these money lines with the perception that, if you look into these games, and these are kind of where we like to take money lines in that $1 to $1.30 price. Don't like to go too high on that. If you get close to $1.50, you really lose some value. But just throwing it out there. I'm not going to play it, but I do some from time to time. If I do like a lot of money lines like I do tonight, I am not opposed to taking some alternate totals in that regard, and taking Cleveland minus 1.5, Seattle minus 1.5, Boston 1.5, and my final money line play, which we'll get into a little bit later in this video. So just a thought. Braves, Cardinals, Spencer Schwellenbach, Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn has been pretty strong as of recent. we're going to go into a weird spot with this because I was looking into this game. I like what the Braves have been doing offensively as of recent. St. Louis is also middle of the pack. I looked into some strikeout markets. I think Lance Lynn was at 5. I think Spencer was at 4.5. I do like taking possibly the over in that. In both of these pitchers with their strikeout overs, but it just wasn't enough of an edge for me to take this. So almost made my card, but I don't really have a lean on this game. Minus 110 for the Braves would probably be where I would go. They have been hitting the baseball very well as of recent. So that's why I started looking to some of these strikeout markets because, in my opinion, that's where I thought the best advantage was. But these guys out there in Vegas in the desert, they know exactly where to put the numbers, and that's kind of why we're going to stay off of this one. I just think it's right there where it needs to be. There might be some value taking Atlanta, and that would be my edge in my lean if I was going to bet this game is taking Atlanta. But I just don't trust this young pitcher to get it done when Lance Lynn has been somewhat of a dominant force, at least in his time that he'll be out there on the mound. Okay, Texas Brewers. We got 6 games left to run through. A lot of these I won't have plays in, so I'll be a little bit quicker. Freddie Peralta is one of those. He's a strikeout hero. 106 Ks on the year. I'd like to see his numbers from a betting perspective kind of be more in favor of consistency. 5-4 record. He started off very hot, then he got shellacked for a few outings. Not a lot of decisions out of his starts, but he's got his ERA kind of solid. It's kind of very stable. You kind of know exactly what you're getting. He does have the potential for that blow-up outing. I don't like the Rangers lineup this year. They really are a shell of themselves since their run last year, making the World Series and all. But this is something where Milwaukee, I think it's a warranted minus 161 price. I think that number is pretty much spot on. I'm going to stay away from this one, and that's kind of how I feel about it. Probably lean towards the under as well in this matchup. Okay, Marlins and Kansas City. This was another game that almost made my card. I came this close to putting this one as an official play. I like Kansas City. I just don't like the value. $2.10 on the money line is the best odds out there for Kansas City. Cole Reagans, I think he's going to be able to shove. I'd like fading Roddery Munoz. Also lean towards the under. I think that's way too high, 9.5. I don't know why we're seeing some action go towards the 9, but if you can still find a 9.5, even a kind of a alternate 10 out there, a little juiced up 10, that's not a bad move as well. I might add that to a couple parlays I make later on today, to be honest. But Cole Reagan's absolutely fantastic on the season. I think he's going to be able to shove against his Marlins club. 109 Ks on the year, 3.13 ERA, getting it done from the left side. I just don't see any value taking the Royals and trusting them to win by 2 against the Marlins at home. So, like I said, we're going to be looking into the under, and it's Kansas City or nothing. Definitely a good money line dance partner, but just no value at that high number. All right. I'm going to skip over the Dodgers, White Sox, because I will have a play for that. But Athletics, Angels, nothing for me in this one. I think if you want to get a little risky, go for the over. But I'm not going to be betting this one. I really can't handicap the Angels. I think we're going to get closer to the trade deadline, so on and so forth. And you're going to really start to see some movement, especially with these two clubs. Just not getting it done. So a lot of these games you can look into, even a no-run first inning, just a little sluggish start out there on the West Coast. I just don't see any value in betting this from any standpoint. All right, Patrick Corbin and Matt Waldron. There's rumors Tatis will not play in this game. Full disclosure, but both of these teams about 500 on the season. I would look into possibly betting the under in this game. 8.5's out there in the market if you want to find it. Patrick Corbin, 1.7 ERA. Will he get traded? That'll be a big storyline moving forward. He has been the auto fade, basically, Patrick Corbin Day, but he has thrown a couple good outings out there this season. So we look in this game, it's just kind of a weird one for me. I just don't want to get involved, especially if Tatis isn't playing, because I would like to bet the Padres. The Washington Nationals, they were a hot team for a while, okay? But now we're seeing, Corbin in his last few starts giving up 1 run, respectively in both of those starts, but then he does have some duds where he goes 6-8. But over the course of the season, he's been going 5+, 5, 6 innings strong, with 1, 2, or 3 runs given up in the game. So that's why I like the under. But no play for me. I think it's just a little too low. 7.5, 8.5's out there. So I'm going to stay away from that one. Okay. Then we will hit that last game, the Cubs and Giants. No play for me. The Giants right now, can't really figure them out. They don't have a listed starter going against Justin Steele. Steele 0-3, 3.16 ERA. For me, I would have to go Giants unless they're going to bullpen kind of staff this game. The Giants are a tough out at home, so that's where I'm at in this contest. All right, but the last game in final play of the day is simply just we're going to go to kind of Old Faithful for me, and this is something where you can find them on the run line. Enjoy that value if you want, but I am going to be taking the Dodgers in this matchup against the White Sox. I know I say, don't bet against Garrett Crochet, but there's a lot of trade rumors with him out there. And yeah, everybody's going to be on the Dodgers. We're seeing that number in some spots. It's already moved, but the lowest I was seeing it was minus 127 earlier on. I'm going to refresh this page. And yeah, so we can look at this through oddsjam. You can shop around minus 135 on Bet365. There are some books that have that minus 127. So I'll list that for the purpose of this video. Minus 130 on BetUS. So I do like a lot of these numbers you can find. Minus 130 for the Dodgers. It's just going to be interesting to see what happens. I think James Paxton is expected to pitch, but we'll see who gets the nod. And he's been absolutely fantastic for the Dodgers, and they seem to win a lot of his games that he throws. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's just a simple handicap. I just like the Dodgers to beat the White Sox, and you give me any form of James Paxton, I really like that. So we will take the Dodgers to continue their trek. We look at their last games. I mean, they've been winning 3 out of their last 5. And the best thing about that is they've been scoring some runs. So conversely, we look at the White Sox. They've been kind of failing to score some runs. Their highest output was 5 runs against Detroit, winning that one 5-1. But outside of that, they've had in their last 5, 5-2, 1, 3, and 1 respectively. So kind of my thought process in that. Possibly look into the under in this game as well, but my official play will be on the Dodgers money line minus 130. So that's what we're going to do. And also, quick recap. Let's get into that. These are my 5 best bets. So keeping it simple. That's actually a flashback to these are old games. Sorry, I got to pull up a new window, but let me get this out of here, right? So please disregard that last window, and let's go off of this. Okay, sorry about that, guys. These are the 5 official plays. I just had to copy that into the screen. Seattle money line, Boston money line, Reds, Pittsburgh under, Cleveland money line, and the Dodgers on the money line as well. Kind of juicy. I kind of like all these picks. I might end up actually throwing a little fun coupon, doing a 5-team parlay with that. Maybe get a little risky, do some reverse run lines and stuff with this plus money. See if we can hit a big one here on this Monday, leading up to the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 7. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. I know these videos, when there's a lot of games, they kind of go a little bit long, and but we did cover a lot of the action going on today. Good luck with your picks. Like I said, guys, please make sure you guys subscribe down below. Smash that like button and hop on over to that Discord if you guys want to get involved over there as well. Check out oddsjam, links down below to go explore that site. Very, very important, especially during football season when fantasy gets a little bit higher pace. But that's kind of what I have for you on this Monday. Enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Cheers.